Hey everyone, since roasts are one thing that we've been able to get on sale, beef and pork, right? Yeah, beef and pork roast have been the one thing we can get on sale right now for meat. We thought we would share our quick tips on how we get our roasts to turn out, how we make them, and how I process them. Now with stay-at-home Sundays right now, which means we're not going anywhere right now on Sundays, we've been doing our roast on Sundays. So I'm gonna turn you around and show you how we've been doing. This is a pork roast. What kind of cut from the pork roast was it? Do you remember?
Whole bottom butt.
So this was a roast we had on sale. To make it easier right now, we do have times where we make up our own spice kits. But tell me about this stuff that you got the last time.
I'm actually trying it for the first time. I've never had that kind, so we'll tell you how it turns out.
Yeah, so we bought this. It's the Sawyer's pork rub. And it was just something different, like you said, to try. There was something else different that he's been doing that I have never done before. Do you want to talk about the whole rack being upside down thing?
Well, we're trying to slow cook it without putting it in water. And we've turned our rack upside down so it is not touching the bottom of the pan like it usually does. And it seems to not absorb so much water that way. We do put a little bit of water in the bottom of it to almost steam cook it, but...
And this one is an 18-quart roaster pan. We've had it for forever. We've done turkeys in here. This is the third roast since, since last month that we have done in this pan, because roast is the one meat we can get on sale right now. So what he's doing right now is we buy ends and pieces bacon, which is, okay, explain this to me again.
When they're cutting the bacon up, what's left over that they can't get into the nice strips of bacon, they package together into packs and sell it together. It's usually cheaper this way, and it's more utilitarian than cooking breakfast bacon where you have strips. And it's a lot of the time, it's somewhat hit or miss. Like, this is really just a big piece of fat. But for what I'm doing here, I want the flavor. And the fat carries the flavor.
So one thing that we have started doing different, because the other meat we can get on sale right now is pork chops, is that we've been taking the fatty pieces from the ends and pieces bacon and putting the fatty pieces in the bottom of our 9x13s instead of adding oil to it, because we only have a limited stock of oil, but we can take these fatty pieces, put them in the bottom, and that puts the grease in the bottom of the pans for us for our meat to keep them from sticking, to keep them moist while cooking, things like that. So he's already put the Sawyer's pork rub on here. He's already added the water in the bottom. So now he's just adding the ends and pieces bacon on top of it.
And this is somewhat experimental too. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to turn out for us, so we'll find out.
What temp will we put it on?
It's on 225 right now, and it will probably cook for several hours.
So we've been starting them on Sundays around our normal lunchtime, and they have been ready by dinner time. This also makes it almost like what you would consider like a crock pot meal. It's something that we can put together and kind of set aside while we have the rest of our day. So we will check in about 5 o'clock. It's almost noon now, 5 o'clock, so about 5 hours.
I'll check in on it every now and again.
Yeah, he checks on it every couple of hours, and then usually it's been ready about 5 to 6 o'clock.
We are not quite to temp. I would say we have about 30 minutes left.
I can see the juices dripping off of it.
My fault, totally.
Check that out.
You added sugar, didn't you?
And it fogged up.